let you slide. Dory ain't gonna let you slide. You king of the city. I don't want to be a big fish in a small pond. Trying to get across that water. I need fans in Vietnam. If you gotta hustle, but you can't stick to the grind, you wasting your time. I need a double a verse. I do it.
Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 19 on EA Sports. We're just about set to get started, and this ought to be a good one between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Kansas City Chiefs. With that, we're out to Arrowhead.
All right, Coach, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Kansas City Chiefs. They'll begin the drive with Hunt. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
To throw on 2nd down. Nicholson throwing the slant pattern here complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
That's good for 21 yards and a first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Back to throw. Nicholson. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again.
Every coach we ever talk to says to his team before the game, quick start, guys. Let's get out of the gate fast. How about that? They took his lesson to heart, didn't they?
They did exactly that. A nice diving catch here on the game's opening drive. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. M.J. Stewart made the tackle from his corner spot. He makes a wonderful play there off the corner, protecting his side of the field.
Oh, that reminds me of the great defenses of old, doesn't it? The Pittsburgh Steelers, Steel Curtain, they would not let you get on the field if you could only do one thing. You had to be a complete guy, and you had to be able to tackle.
Now, I know I've said this before, but you know I wasn't alive when the Steel Curtain was played. I know them, but I just want to let you know I wasn't alive.
I'm going to keep peppering that in there, and one of these days you're going to think that you were.
The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another first down.
Lucky 56.
From the gun, Nicholson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Tyreek Hill, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs take it right down and score on the opening drive. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the 4th quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
And it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 24. Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
False start, offense.
And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up, pick them up. And someone jumped.
After the penalty, it's Jones. And not a whole lot doing there, so he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it third down at 6.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Back down to that Philly. Here we go. Set. 3-19. 3-19.
They go play action here on first down. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Gerald McCoy. Never giving up. He's able to keep working and get him for a loss of 12. A toss play to Hunt. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. That'll be a gain of 15 yards, and that'll make it third down. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Looking to throw. Nicholson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down.
Someone's sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. In for the score. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. So that's the rookie's first trip to the end zone, and I think it's safe to say one he'll always remember.
Oh, without a doubt. That one is going to be imprinted forever. And nowadays, we're seeing rookies make a greater impact at that position at receiver than ever before. I think mainly because of the sheer volume of footballs that they catch in college.
Now it's Wilson. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 23.
Ready. Move ready. What's that? What's that?
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He'll air this one toward Coleman. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, second down. And let's take a look at the defensive starters for Kansas City.
After all he's been through, I want to talk about Eric Berry, and it was really tough for any NFL fan to see him go down the opener in New England last year. But one thing we know about him, he's resilient. This is a man who's beat cancer to come back and play at an all-pro level. And why? He can cover in the deep zones. He drops down in the box in the run game, and he can blitz the quarterback. You name it, Eric Berry can do it.
And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And some room to maneuver. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
A gain of 3, second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Ready, blue ready.
They'll try to throw now. Winston. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold them to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. They'll toss it to Hunt. Oh, look at that. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, not get loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin as the Chiefs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter. They're looking at a 2nd and short yardage to start things out. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. You talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Chiefs add on to their lead.
And remember, Parker, that's a rookie quarterback back there. Apparently, he's getting the hang of this NFL thing pretty quickly.
Had 3 touchdown passes. You're right, he looks comfortable. What are they doing? Anything in particular?
Well, they keep talking about making sure they're giving him plays that fit his talents and also maybe shrinking the playbook a little bit. They did tell us that. Bottom line, he's really good.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. A look at Jameis Winston now as he gears up to lead this offense again. What a disastrous start for him. So far, he's thrown the ball 2 times, both times intercepted.
The heck with his progressions. The heck with what he's seeing downfield. It's really simple, partner. See the color shirts your team's wearing? Throw to those. Not the other color shirts. The color that your team is wearing. That's what the coach is telling him right now. I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, He motivates your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Jameis to throw it. Complete. He finds Bray. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Buccaneer first, Winston to Bray.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
And Winston lost the football. And I think the Chiefs have it. They do.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect
him. No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
Looking to throw on second down. Nicholson throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. That'll get him to first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Patriot!
They'll run. This is Hunt. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 3rd down, that's Hunt. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead him to 4th down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
A good drive gets him inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And a lot of times you talk about establishing the ground game, probably something they need to do more of here losing in the second quarter.
When you're riding your best horse, you've got to lather him up. The best running backs I've ever talked to, they've all said the exact same thing to me. I'll even break a good sweat until I get to 20 carries.
You're full of good wisdom. Let's see if they can get him into the game more now. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, it's Jones. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to work his way down to the 16. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Arrowhead after this. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Working out of the gun, Winston. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
And his kick is indeed good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 3rd down rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Talk about a big first half. Already has the 2 touchdowns, adding to his receiving total there and picking up the first down.
He's coming off the line so fast. I think he's intimidating the defensive backs with his explosiveness, and he's chipping away at their confidence.
Back to throw. Nicholson, and this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 13 yards there down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage because man coverage, particularly running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
12 more yards there and another first down.
I'd have to say they're feeling like they are in rhythm right now. Things are in sync, aren't they? Team's winning, got a nice little margin on the scoreboard, completing some passes, and they just completed another one for a first down there to the tight end.
And he fires one incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill that time. And now it's 2nd down.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete. Now it's Hunt. Look at the spin. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
Now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 3rd down, it's Hunt. The gain of 5 that time gives them the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Butker now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Final 12 seconds of the half now as they've got it 1st and 10.
Ready. Blue ready.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
So we've come upon halftime here in Arrowhead with the Chiefs on top. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the 3rd quarter. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay.
And, Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 36. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
On 3rd down, it's Hunt, and he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be, but we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win 1 every now and then.
So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some blitz.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Ready. Blue ready.
The give to Jones. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. He's able to get 4 back on the run, but now they'll have to find something here on 3rd and about 14.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the past, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVP. And now look at him go. The 20. And this will set them up nicely deep down in KC territory. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And that was a heck of a shot right there by Jameis Winston. Boy, he has a superior right arm, doesn't he? You saw him play baseball.
Yeah, he's actually a switch hitter in baseball. Outfielder, and then, of course, a very hard-throwing pitcher. That's translated well in the National Football League.
That it has. When he has to make that throw on a line, he's got plenty of arm to do it.
1st down, Winston. And just as you called it after the earlier sack, they set up the screen. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. Defensively, looks like they were thinking the same thing you were. You mentioned maybe being able to hit him with some screens, but they were ready.
Yeah, it's not just the guys who have the headsets on offense that do the thinking, right? They saw, they understood what they did, and said, you know something, how would you try to play it against us? And they were ready for it.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now.
Well, I don't even have to stretch for this one. This is 4-down territory. They've got to get it in with the deficit that they're facing.
Absolutely. It's not the 4th quarter, but still, I think you can't be thinking. And he pulls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. In for the score. And the Bucs are able to cut into that deficit. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will shave one more off this lead. This is taken at the 3. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably gotten some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
No. Check. Patriots. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. He's going to rifle. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Chiefs just continue to pour it on.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. He's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone, this guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. Butker now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. David Emerson able to bring him down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
2nd down, Winston. And Boyd has it over the middle. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a 1st down to boot.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
False start, offense.
Oh, jumping early from his tight end spot. Maybe trying to get a jump start on that route.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right about that. And oftentimes when you see that, that means the play call was supposed to come in his direction, and he was eager to go catch a pass.
The give is to Jones. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Not an ideal spot to be on first down, but I love that the play caller did not immediately abandon the running game and say, okay, we've got to throw it in order to pick it up. Stayed with the run, was rewarded with a big-time pickup. Now they're in second and manageable.
To throw is Winston. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Ready. Back 25 hot. Boys hot. Boys hot up.
Now a second down throw for Winston. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Winston to Godwin on the connection there for a Tampa Bay first.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
False start, offense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. This is Jones. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool him on that play.
3rd and long for Winston. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
They'll run again with Hunt. Shreds the tackle. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. He went backwards there 8 yards, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, anytime it's a toss or a pitch play, it's a battle for the edges. Who's going to control the edge of the line of scrimmage? In other words, can the defensive guys hold their leverage? What we were always taught was keep your outside arm or outside shoulder free if you were playing on the play side, meaning the ball coming towards you. And anyone coming from the backside, they're pinching down and sliding down towards it to try and keep people kind of locked into one spot. And boy, what a great defensive play there. Worn out leverage, running to the football from the inside out, it turned into a big loss of yardage. We're back now in KC.
It's Buccaneer football, but they've got work to do. They find themselves behind here to start the fourth quarter. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Ready? Black 22.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Shepard. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
False start, offense.
Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
Now Jameis on second down. Dancing to his left. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Winston on 3rd and 2. It's caught. Shepard. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. The 13 yards that time at a first.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Winston now to throw on first down. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Winston. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Winston from the gun on 3rd down. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. We you know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They run with Hunt. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
On the run, this is Hunt. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Stop made there by Gerald McCoy.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. Hunt.
Now Hunt. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Henry Anderson, big man from Stanford, there for the stop.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
Blue landing.
Off play action. Nicholson. He is going to find Hill here. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. Quite the turnaround from a week ago where he threw 4 interceptions. He hasn't had an interception this game, and he told us during the week, my goal, goose egg. He's achieving that so far.
And what we're seeing is a guy that you can win with, all right? Because anyone who can make that type of an adjustment to shake off a really horrendous week the week before and come back and play mistake-free football to this point, yeah, that's a guy I want to play with, that's for sure.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. This is Hunt. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
3-19.
Looking to throw. Nicholson. Throwing right, and that's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a 1st down here. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. They'll run it here with Hunt. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Leopard! Leopard!
They run again with Hunt. Oh, leaves him behind on the spin. And there totals.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
Now it's Wilson. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Elsewhere, Ford Field, they're into the 4th quarter now. And you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. A win would be just their 2nd of the year if they could hold on. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
4 down. Ready? Blue ready. Let's go.
Jameis now on 1st down. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Ready. Blue ready.
A 2nd down throw for Winston. And that is here.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet.
Ready.
Now, whistles here before the snap. Looked like one of the Bucs may have moved.
False start, offense.
So that'll back him up 5. This third down just got even more difficult. Third down and 15 after the false start.
Ready? Back for the hunt.
On play action, Winston. He finds Coleman. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And 21 yards there as they convert on third. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Over the middle, he finds Godwin complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. The first down throw for Winston. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. It's been that kind of a day so far throwing the football. It just seems like nothing going right offensively.
Yeah, it's a catch that should have been made, pure and simple. And look, everything else that goes into running a good pass route, throw it all out if you don't catch the ball.
Been that kind of game throwing the football so far. Nothing going right offensively. It's hauled in by Shepard. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. To the air again with Winston. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
Yeah, really turned it loose, didn't he? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
One last shot now for Winston. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game.